And the sports person in question was a football player who'd got in trouble with the law once he retired and I think he did loads of years for cocaine smuggling or something. And half the room was really into it and lovely. The other half were fucking hammered, mate. And it was a fucking difficult 30 minutes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, guy. And it was like, hold my beer, watch this.
Yeah.
Is this thing even on?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Mate.
That joke just killed.
Okay.
And then he was going to do this weird alien movie, and we were all like, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
Good luck,
yeah,
mate. Sure.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we've got Peter Jackson's going to make the aliens. We're like, sure he is, bro. Sure he is. They send me this thing. My agent calls me and goes, you know that self-tape that you did? Because it was an unnamed project. I didn't know what it was.
They do that a lot, don't they, for some of the big ones? Yeah. So I've heard.
And so I was like, okay. And there was like a scene where you're talking about like dinosaurs. So I'm like, either this is
I wonder
Jurassic
what this is
World,
about. Yeah. Fuck you,
course,
driver.
Of course, that happened.
Fuck you.
And he never presented with anything, but it was
cool.
So anyway, so now I have to do that. So no party for Cokey. What the fuck is happening? And then the kids come out, and the producer turns around and goes, you were great in that, you know? Like, I wasn't in it. Oh my God, I've spent 500 pounds on this.
Yeah, he took my sticks off me. I have never felt so unstable. Oh, will it not make it?
Paper,
okay, fine. Ignore everything I've just said. Just you do you, man. Be comfy.
If it's porcelain, it makes it
it's
hard
gonna
to
make noise.
yeah,
sip when you want to sip then, man.
Paper's absorbent.
Cool.
Good science class.
Excellent. Right then. Good to go.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Yeah, go.
Let's do this.
Are you sure?
I wish, like, because it's really nice when we get a rolling start.
Yeah.
And then I have to, casual. Yeah. And then he has to clear his throat, and it's the worst fucking sound effect.
Sorry, but we can. You ready? We're ready to go.
How many times are you going to
I'm coughed out. I'm all good, and you're ready. Right, welcome to another stage of the Unstable Podcast.
I overspoke you then. You're going to have to do it again.
Okay. You ready to go? We're going to do one of these rolling starts. You good to go? Mikey's been telling me off because I have to clear my voice, clear my throat before I start, and I'm ready to start. Welcome to another episode of the Unstable Podcast with me, Ricky Balshaw, and we are joined today by Cokey Falkow. You can't hear them, but they're going nuts.
I can
they're
see
going
that.
ballistic watching this. Obviously I know you, but they don't, so give them a little intro. Who are you, what you do, and anything else?
Cokey Falkow. I grew up in South Africa, then lived all over the place. Was living in Hollywood for about 10 years. I'd met my missus in Cape Town in South Africa, and she came over to Hollywood with me. And then we moved to the UK because she is English. And so I've been here 10 years now.
So sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Midlands as well.
I know, yeah, Midlands, which is,
big time, bro. Heading the
place to be. Place to be. Hollywood to Derby.
Tell you what.
Well, Stoke in it, sorry.
Yeah, mum-in-law's from Stoke-on-Trent. She now lives in Stone, so she's very posh. And we're Staffordshire now.
Oh, Staffordshire, yeah, cool. I've got some good mates up in Staffordshire. Very, very rural. Loads of places for horses around there.
Yeah, I know you like your horses. Very horsey person. I ride horses in Cannock Chase, actually.
You do now?
Yeah.
I didn't know you rode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Well, go out on like hacks and trail rides and stuff. Yeah, wicked. What got you into that?
Grew up with it. My mum was really into riding on horses, and then where I grew up was Durban on the coast, but we got mountains and stuff, and there's also sugar cane, so we used to go riding through the cane and then gallop along the beaches.
Great. Yeah, great fun.
And then up in the mountains riding.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, wicked. So obviously you're a comedian now, that's how we know each other. Yeah. So I know you as a comic, and I know you've done some sort of acting work, but I didn't know until prepping for this, or when I say me prepping, I mean Mikey prepping.
Yeah. Well, Mikey looks like a prepper.
Yeah,
to be fair.
He is the absolute backbone of this podcast.
Yeah. We are actually in a bunker right now. And you didn't know this, but we had to go into a bunker.
Which was really convenient for me, which is why I often have male guests so they can carry me down. Yeah. That's why there's no diversity on this podcast. Yeah. It's not that I don't like women, it's just because we need the physicality of two men to be able to carry me down.
Or a very strong dominatrix.
Yes, which if you've watched previous episodes, that will make a lot of sense. Yeah. So, yeah, I know he's a comic, but I didn't realise how much acting stuff you've done, man. That's cool as fuck.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Yeah. That's wicked. Did you do comedy first and then get into acting, or was it acting and then comedy, or was it kind of a joint venture?
Sort of a joint thing. So I started out doing improv, and there was no real stand-up in the late 90s in South Africa when I started. There was, but it was mostly kind of joke telling, almost like the working man club type stuff.
Like the old school.
And then what we ended up doing was we kind of became the new guard of comedians. There was a guy from London who brought out Malcolm Hardy from up the creek, and he would bring acts out to Johannesburg.
Right, okay.
And so when I first started, I was exposed to these old South African comedians and then headline acts from London. So you saw the disparity straight away.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, that's the style we want to be doing.
Yeah.
And there was a handful of us that kind of really jumped on board. That's where I met like Martin Moore, who's kind of semi-retired now. You know, like a lot of those acts.
Very talented
I was supporting them and learning from them right off the get-go.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I studied drama, studied acting, and then got into improv. And we have like the National Arts Festival.
Yeah.
In a town called Grahamstown, which is kind of Edinburgh.
I was going to say, is that kind of your version of Edinburgh?
Yeah. And so we sold out for like 3 years doing improvised stage shows. And then when I got to that club the first time I saw it, I was like, I want to do that. I want to do stand-up.
Yeah.
And the guy gave me a 5-minute spot the next week, and I didn't know how to write any jokes. I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I just kind of made it up.
Yeah.
And he was like, you've got to come back next week. And within 2 months, I was getting paid. I was paid regular.
Oh, amazing.
And that's how I got to like really learn just straight in the deep end.
Yeah.
And like from the best, really. So...
I mean, I wasn't getting paid work that quickly, but I kind of did the same as you in learning from the best. I followed Jim Howarth round for about 4 or 5 months first, just helping him on the door, watching the top level acts, and just sort of learning the craft that way. So I kind of really understand where you're coming from in there, because you really can see the difference, can't you? Like you were just saying, when you get like people who are brand new or sort of, as you were saying, when it first started, like sort of the old school joke tellers, then you get like a talented headliner from around like the UK or America or something. The difference in quality is
it's up there, and you're just like, wow, okay, that's the next level, you know.
And it's refreshing that you notice that, because a lot when you start, and I was guilty of this myself, you don't realise how shit you are. Do you know, you don't realise how shit you are when you first start. So to be as self-aware as you were, to go, right, that actually I'm here, that's where I need to be. I respect that.
It takes a while.
Cool.
I mean, you got to do your 10,000 hours, don't you? And the thing with stand-up is you can only do it in front of a paying audience.
Of course.
Even like a free audience isn't the same as people who are shutting out at least a $5.
They're not invested, even if it's a quid.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. They've got to be invested in that night. I was having this conversation with someone recently, and this venue want to put on a night, and they're just going to give free tickets out, but they've got a massive budget because they want to get good acts in. And I'm like, no, trust me on this one. Don't do that, because yes, okay, you'll sell out, but 40% of them won't turn up because they're not invested in the night, and everyone else is there. They're just there to chat to their mates, and they'll just be the guy on stage will be a distraction and an annoyance rather than the focal point of the night.
If you think about it, you can have background music in a pub. You can't have background comedy.
No.
Doesn't work.
It does not work at all. No, I couldn't agree with you more. And we've all been to them nights. We've all had them gigs. We've all had them gigs. So you sort of got into it at the same time, and then I assume it was acting that then made you go across to Hollywood?
Yeah. So I ended up doing quite a lot of like presenting as well.
Okay.
I got into like TV presenting.
Yeah, that kind of goes hand in hand with comedy, doesn't it? It's a great little...
and did well, got awards for it. And then it was just like, then that was when you start getting noticed as yourself.
Yeah.
And you get all the corporate work out of it, and it's great. But I really wanted to do the acting thing.
Yeah.
But once you do that, they don't really want to let you actually act.
Right.
So it's kind of like now
how do you mean?
Like actually be in a show where you're playing a character. Like you can be like, oh well, but you're a presenter now, and you're a comedian, you're a stand-up.
You're going to put in the box.
Yeah. So, and I didn't want to do just like, soaps or like rubbish TV as I saw it.
Yeah.
I wanted to do things of a certain level, which was difficult.
Of course.
You're on the arse end of Africa going, I want to do Hollywood stuff. And they're like,
yeah.
No, you're not going to ever. You can stay here, boy. So I've been doing radio and comedy sketches and that sort of stuff on radio. And as the things have progressed over time, we changed, the younger guard had changed what stand-up was in South Africa. And that was... we were starting to change the way we were doing it, and it wasn't just old white men, essentially.
Yeah.
And so there was a theatre, a small independent theatre called the Independent Armchair Theatre, which is a tiny little room in Cape Town.
Yeah. How big are we talking?
Seats like 40, 50.
Oh, tiny little theatre.
Room.
Yeah.
And we used to run that on a Sunday night.
Okay. Cool.
And I used to just go on and be like, okay, give me a subject, and I would write it down the board, and then I would just riff on it.
Love that. Love that.
But out of that came amazing acts, and there was all this like new. So it was me, Kagiso Ledija, David Carr, Luis Ogola, Tsepo Mochale, and there was guys also from Johannesburg. And so you remember the District 9 movie?
Yeah.
So Sholto Copley at the time had a late night channel that was sponsored by Warner Brothers, and he was doing like music stuff and sketch stuff and weird stuff, and he had a little studio in Cape Town.
Okay.
And then he was going to do this weird alien movie, and we were all like, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
Good luck, mate. Sure. He's like, no, we've got Peter Jackson's going to make the aliens. We're like, sure he is, bro. Sure he is. Anyway, and at the time, just before that, Sholto had produced a comedy pilot with me and Kagiso, and I'd written some sketches. Anyway, it ended up getting bought, and we were called the Pure Manati Show, and which means pure deliciousness in Xhosa. And so I was the only white guy on that show.
Love that. You were the token.
Exactly.
You were the token white guy. Yeah.
And so we're actually about to. They called me a week ago, and it's the 20-year anniversary.
Oh, amazing!
Like now.
Wow.
And so they want me to come out at the end of the year and do a national tour.
Cool.
And do a documentary of like where we all are now.
Oh, I love that. I assume you're doing it. I assume you said yes. Yeah, that'll be great.
It's going to be amazing. And it's just like, because like where everyone's got to, like Kagiso now is shit hot director. He did like Queen Sona. If you look him up on IMDb and you see like what he's actually directed, he's a visionary. Like
talented.
He can just let cameras roll and you go, no, we're fine. We're going to get something out of it. And he does. David Cowell, we were touring a lot together. We did a lot of comedy festivals together.
Yeah.
And David started a brand called Blacks Only.
Right.
Which was like it was a knee-jerk reaction from a lot of white South Africans.
Yeah, that's a brave
but he'll sell out a stadium. Like he'll do 15,000 tickets.
Wow. Amazing.
And that really changed the game, where stand-ups were now talking in vernacular. So they're flipping between Zulu, Xhosa, Sotho, Tswana, and because we've got 11 official languages. And it wasn't, now stand-up wasn't just people telling jokes in English or Afrikaans. It was like riffing between them and multiple languages all at once.
Right, yeah.
And so like it's really changed. And when you see, they flew me out to do the Joburg International Festival a few years ago, and it's a totally different scene now.
Oh, really?
South Africa is a totally different scene.
Yeah. In what way?
Well, it's hip and interesting and different, and it's representative of the culture of what South Africa actually is. It's not just guys telling racist white jokes from back in the day, which is what it was in the 70s and 80s most of the time. Which is, I guess, the same sort of thing as your Bernard Manning.
I was just about to say, Bernard Manning, you know, that comedy has moved on so much in the last, say, 50 years. And I think it's like, as you say, back then, these racist jokes, these sexist jokes, or you know, sexuality jokes, they were okay, they were deemed okay. Be able to do them now, and rightly so, you know. But that doesn't mean you still can't joke about the topic. It's just how you do the humour is different. It's just the lens
you see it through. I mean,
exactly
people say things like, "Oh, you can't say anything anymore." It's rubbish. You can. It's just about how you say it and being understanding of the humanity of the situation. Like
100%.
You don't. There's certain things that you could just say, insert racial epithets or punching down type angle here.
Yeah.
The joke's the same.
Oh yeah. You just twist it around.
Just put whatever in there, whether it's, you know, it used to be the Polish or the African or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, them.
Insert.
It's the us versus them.
Yeah.
The thing that becomes, it's the same thing as stand up is like it's you become an us in a small space. Mm-hmm. And then we point at the thing and laugh at it to either take the danger away or make less of it.
100%.
And that's the mechanism of it,
really. Yeah, that's it, just finding that tweak.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. So, going back to you, so how old were you when you went over to Hollywood?
I'd gone a few times. I'd sort of gone, dipped my toes in the water, come back, dip my toes in the water and come back. And then it was like early 30s when I finally made that proper move. Like, that's it, I'm moving now.
Yeah. Cool.
And by that stage, I'd been nominated for like Best Supporting Actor in a Feature Film.
Amazing.
We'd won Best Writing in a Comedy Series, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that got me my green card.
Yeah.
And then arrived there 2008, 2009, right in the middle of the recession. So
Yeah.
Great
timing.
But, you know, it was a massive learning curve. Like, Hollywood's a different animal, bro.
I bet. I mean, you hear horror stories about Hollywood and it sort of being that cutthroat. Is it as bad or than what we hear?
Yeah.
Have you got any stories? You know,
I mean, it took me ages just to get to a point where I was, because I mean, I had to start out from scratch. Even just getting representation. I remember getting laughed out of agents' offices. And I was like, I've just done Starship Troopers 3.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I'm a big deal. They were like, it's straight to DVD, get out of here. Man.
Yeah, off you fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I remember I was so excited because I did a made-for-TV movie, right?
Yeah.
About like this, it's a terrible thing that happened. It was like a girl, Natalie Holloway was her name, and she disappeared.
Okay.
On this island, and they'd like gone for sort of spring break things. And then there was a Dutch guy called Patrick Van Diem. We found out that the guy who had actually done it murdered her. So I played that guy.
Okay. And was it based on a true story?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it actually happened.
Yeah.
And so I did all this research, practiced the accent, did the whole thing, and I get hired for it. And the director is a guy called Mikhail Solomon.
Okay.
And he's one of the directors that directed Band of Brothers.
Oh,
he's
amazing.
One of the main directors. So
amazing series.
Mikhail Solomon.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm just so excited.
Hi guys, do me a favour and go across to patreon.com/Ricky's Unstable. The first 1,000 members are just £1 a month for the lifetime of your membership. You get bonus content, you get early access, and all the fun from Ricky Balshaw's Unstable. See you there. Incredible.
I'm just like, this is amazing. I've arrived.
Yeah.
And then like I got to LA and I just finished.
You can imagine it, can't you? Because I know exactly how I'd be like, yeah, that's it. This is the start of my... Because I know what I'm like, because I'm a dick like that. The slightest little open door, I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking idiot. I can just imagine
and
the mentality.
I just got to LA and I just finished that movie right before I left, and it was like, they were like, oh yeah, we need you to do the ADR, which is like matching to your picture, all your voice and stuff, because it's like, there's a little bit of a sound issue or something. So come in, you got to drive onto the Universal lot. I'm like, oh my God.
Amazing.
Like, this is Entourage stuff. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, next thing Spielberg's going to call.
Yeah,
it's only
obviously, yeah.
Like, that's literally what's happening in my head. And it comes out and it's on a channel called Lifetime. And it's just like considered a joke amongst like the industry. It's kind of like, you know, they're like, yeah, but it's a Lifetime movie.
Right,
you know, like
okay. So, yeah.
And Mikhail Solomon, bless him, was obviously doing his best with something, and he was just like, oh, I'll do this for a month and a trip to Cape Town. And I was like, this is my big break. And they were like, it's not your big break, son. This is really not your big break at all. So I remember a guy like, because you have to like do these go-sees with all the agents, and it's like, I was an agent in the Valley, which is like, you know, it's not a big agent basically.
Yeah.
And so like, and I'm sitting here like this, and he's there, and there's this that computer screen. Yeah. He didn't even look at me. He just like was on the thing. Yeah. So tell me about and I'm like trying to like. So and I've driven 2 hours through traffic, and you like
this is it for you. This is mega,
and this is like I'm gonna get representation. The guy was like, anyway, thanks a lot for coming in, and you're walking out going, so do you guys validate parking? And he's like, no. It's another $25. Fuck my life.
Another one of them don't call us, we'll call you type things.
So there was a lot of that, bro. There was a lot of that in the beginning.
But I think like, anything in the
am I doing? Yeah.
I think anything in the arts, you get more rejection than you do yeses. You get more no's than yeses every day of the week.
Dude.
And that's about where did you go from there then? So you had what you thought was going to be a big break. It wasn't. What then? What happened next?
I'd met this guy. So some agent had called me and said, there's this guy that wants to make a movie back in your hometown. It's like a Bollywood Hollywood mashup. And I'm like, okay.
Like that Bollywood Superman. Have you seen that?
Yeah, but this one was like, it's weird because Durban, where I grew up, is the highest Indian population outside of India.
Right, okay.
Like it's actually
I didn't know that.
Really like a super Asian community. And so I was like, I get this. I'm interested in it. And I was going to have to play the like gay best friend of this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, sounds great. So I get hired to do it, and they fly me back to Durban to do this thing for a month and a half. And that was like right after that thing had happened, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm doing stuff, you know.
And being paid.
Money, but a little bit of money. You know, I'm going
to
last for like 4 months on rent and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is all right, you know. And so it's funny that I've made like lifelong friends from that movie.
Great.
You know, like I was just in India it was a year and a half ago doing Gandhi, and I got to like hang out with some of the guys that I did that movie with.
I love that.
It was amazing. It was really cool. Like
it's nice.
Patel's like the guys that told me he's a big deal in India, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Sure. I get there. He's a big deal in India.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a really big deal in India.
Wow. Fair play.
Yeah. And Priyanshu Chatterjee as well. Like we went out for lunch. That guy gets recognized like in the street. Like people are like losing their minds. Like,
no way.
Oh my God, it's Priyanshu Chatterjee.
That's incredible. Do me a favor, Mike, if you can. Can you just pull up Cokey's IMDb, please? Because I just want to, as this list was so impressive, I did a little quick Google while I was on the road after Mikey had told me.
Yeah.
And it's just mega impressive. And what I do love about you is we're mates. I've known you for how many years now? Yeah. And I didn't know half of this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Jurassic Park's on there.
Yeah. Jurassic World was funny because this is another super embarrassing story.
Oh, go on. Love that.
So Jurassic World happened like the tail end of lockdown, like when we got locked down again.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Like when we got told to.
Everyone, that's it. And, they send me this thing. My agent calls me and goes, you know that self-tape that you did? Because it was an unnamed project. I didn't know what it was.
They do that a lot, don't they, for some of the big ones? Yeah. So I've heard.
And so I was like, okay. And there was like a scene where you're talking about like dinosaurs. So I'm like, either this is
I wonder
Jurassic
what this is
World,
about, yeah.
or it's like a B movie of rubbishness, which is going to end up on Sci-Fi Channel, which it could be, because they wouldn't even say who the producers.
They'll end up on that Home Living.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay,
yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, fine. So I put the thing on tape, and you're like a hunter hunting dinosaurs. I'm like, whatever. And then they're like, listen, we want you to do a COVID lateral flow test, and then you need to be available for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I'm like, right. And they're like, you have to go to this hotel.
Right.
I'm like, like we're stuck at home. Like
you
can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
like,
this is so weird.
So I end up I stayed in that Manor House hotel for 2 weeks for the first 48 hours after you get there and they test you and
quarantine and all that shit.
And I park in the parking lot and I'm like, I've just come from like Stafford. We just bought this little house, like like we don't have a big house. Like we don't have heaps of money. We're like in a terrace and I'm like, I'm at a manor house. Like the grounds are capability brown grounds. Like it's serious stuff. And I'm like, there's a lot of very fancy cars here. And I'm walking to go get my first lateral flow test. And I've got these guys with masks are walking towards me. And I've got the one that's got the South African flag on it. This guy goes, oh, no way, South African. And I'm like, oh, you're South African. And he goes, yeah. And I look up properly. And he's got like this crazy hair. And then next to him is fucking Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like,
no way.
And it's just like super nice. And that's his hairstylist is a South African guy.
Right, okay.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening right now?
That's
so then
amazing.
I like go in and I get the test and they're like, right, you got to go back to your room for 48 hours.
I bet you've never wanted to pass a test so much in your life.
So 48 hours goes by and then they're like, you're clean, everything's good.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can go to the restaurants and everything. And here's the thing. So I'm like, I'm just going to go watch the sunsets. And I'll walk out and there's Jeff Goldblum and his kids and his wife. And we're having wine on the terrace.
Amazing.
Overlooking this river and these trees. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like 48 hours ago, I was just stuck in my house. And now
in a terrace house in the middle of Staffordshire.
Yeah.
And now it's like, now I'm drinking wine with
all
Jeff.
of the stars turn up.
Amazing.
And I'm just like, what is happening right now?
That's incredible, man.
Fucking what is going on? And it just got like crazy. And so for this like 2-week period, every night, like we hanging out and just chatting with all these film stars. I'm still like, this is fucking surreal, dude. And
it sounds like you're making it up. That's like, that's,
it sounds so perfect.
I believe you. It sounds like you're making it up.
I know what you mean.
Absolutely mad. Yeah. And then the day comes and they're like, and the chick that was doing this, like, because I was supposed to do, the cold open of Jurassic World Dominion is like the kind of found footage news stuff. And there was a whole thing of like me and my son, and we like hunting down, explaining everything. So we do like a 4-hour shoot walking through the woods. There's a hide, there's a whole thing. None of that made the cut. And I'm like, I'm going to be in a Jurassic World movie. Like, this is so cool. Guns and everything. And we're like, oh. And the chick that was working on that, I'd worked with on Penny Dreadful. So like, she was like an Irish lady that was like doing all of this stuff on Digi. Right. So I was like, and we're having a great time. She's like letting me improv. And I'm like, this is so cool. And Colin Trevor, the director, being like, just do you. Just do it.
Yeah.
Like, we love what you're doing. We've seen some of the stuff. Kill it. And I'm like, great. So we did that. And then the next day is like on, like with the whole thing where we're hunting and shooting Blue and the baby.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And that's also like, dude, fucking
spoiler alert.
And like there's like 1,000 people. It's the biggest set I've ever been on. I was like, it's a town. Like I was just like, what is happening?
Wow.
So anyway, all of that happens. And then as I get back there, like, we're going to do a big party for you tonight at the hotel. I'm like, I am. Yeah. This is great. And then they were like, oh.
See how this works, Jeff?
Yeah. And then they like knock on my trailer and the guy goes, just so you know, we have an issue, and your driver that drove you the 45 minutes said today test positive for COVID, so you have to quarantine. And I'm like, fuck my life.
Fuck you, driver.
Of course that happened.
Fuck you.
And he never presented with anything, but it was... So anyway, so now I have to do that. So no party for Cokey. Fucking get back, go to your house, quarantine. I'm like, okay, fine. And it just got weirder from there, because then they say, I get this invite, like, it's like 8 months or 9 months later or a year later, and it's like, London, the screening. I'm like, it's the premiere. This is going to be amazing.
Sick.
Buy the wife a new dress, get a hotel in London. We go down, I splash out, I go first class on the train.
Cool.
Champagne. We're going to...
ain't fucking around. Yeah.
This is going to be great. We get down there. I'm like, this is Leicester Square. Like, you would think there would be lights and everything.
Yeah.
No, there's not.
No.
Like, what's happening here? Then we get there and it's like, oh no, it's for the cast and crew. It's the cast and crew screening.
Right.
okay, fine. And I go, we sit down, and there's like one of the producers there, and she goes, oh, yeah, so great, all right, fine. And I see the director, and he kind of looks at me, and he goes, and I'm like, it was a weird response from Colin. Yeah. We were so tight.
Yeah.
Okay.
He knows what he's kept in.
Yeah. So thing comes up, and it starts rolling, and I'm like, hey,
I was just gonna say, I hope you didn't nudge your missus and go, this is my bit.
Here we go. This is it. Right. Oh, I'm not in that bit. Oh, shit.
Don't worry, babe. They must have put it later.
Yeah. Well, there's the other thing.
Yeah.
With the thing.
Yeah.
Not in. I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And the credits come out. The producer turns around and goes, you were great in that, you know. Like, I wasn't in it. Oh my God, I've spent 500 pounds on this. And I'm not in the movie. And I see Colin, and he goes, bro, I'm so sorry. They had to cut like half an hour off. You're in the director's cut. Oh. And I'm like, okay.
Okay. I can live with that.
And I am in the director's cut on that whole thing. But it was just...
I'm going to watch that when I get home tonight, the director's cut. I'm going to watch that.
Literally was one of the most embarrassing nights. And because wherever you go, people are like, oh, yeah, you were great. And you were so fantastic. Because you're there. They just assume.
Yeah.
And they sort of go, you kind of look like the one other Hunter guy.
Yeah.
What did you play? Hunter. Oh, yeah, you were really good in that. I wasn't one of those Hunters. It was a totally different
I was the one behind. Yeah. Oh, nightmare.
That sums up Hollywood, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's not even the director's decision to take him out.
Oh, yeah. No,
they had to have
so many higher ups
disappear.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, it's fucking mad.
Me or Hollywood.
This is all stuff that I don't even know this. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd love to get into acting and do more. But yeah, I would just assume that if I was there paid to do a scene and did the scene and all that stuff, that I'd be in it. But no. Any other films that similar sort of thing have happened?
The Banishing is another one of those.
The Banishing,
turned up in Yorkshire, got into the whole thing, turned up there. I learned half a page of dialogue with the lead guy, and all the lines were cut. Oh. And I stood there polishing glasses for 4 hours.
Oh, man.
Just like all of it was gone.
Good. What about War of the Worlds?
War of the Worlds is actually good, except I was hired as a Navy officer and had the beard, turned up on set, and they were like, we've been told that you're an Army officer and we have to shave your beard. And I was like,
this is 6 months.
But this is, no, it's like a year. It's a massive beard. And I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, well, either we shave it or we can't put you in.
Yeah. Hand me the bic.
I was like, that crack on.
Yeah.
And so I ended up having the massive moustache, which actually I liked so much.
You kept that for a while, didn't you?
I kept it for a year. I didn't get any other work because I had this massive moustache. And that's all you see is just
didn't care.
Massive moustache. Yeah. I love it. And it was so funny because you walk into a pub somewhere and you get all the old boys, like, the guys that still have their medals.
Yeah.
And they just assume you were like a gunnery sergeant or something.
Yeah.
You get the nod.
That natural respect.
I'm not ex-force. I'm not a veteran of anything. But thank you for the respect that I don't deserve.
That's fucking great. Love that stuff. Were you doing comedy alongside that out in Hollywood? I mean, I know you said you were shipped away for that, but when you were in Hollywood, were you doing much?
For like three and a half years.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just have to stop.
Yeah.
Because there's like a weird thing that happens with stand-up is you get super animated. Mm-hmm. Like your face does things and you can't help it. And if you want to be taken seriously as an actor, you have to be able to just almost do nothing and just
be normal.
Just like be that person. Stand up takes you out of that. Like you can do heightened, like I did like a comedy sketch show on Comedy Central. Stevie TV, and that was fine. But it feeds into that, and you tend to be way too big, and then I just stopped it. I knocked it on the head and didn't do anything.
Yeah, I kind of know what you're saying there, because we did some shorts. We never did anything with them, but I remember a scene, and you've seen my set. I'm quite animated facially, and I really have to. For what I don't move with my legs, I kind of make up for in my facial expression. I really use my face. And we were trying to do these things, and they were telling me, do less, do less. I don't know if you remember that, Mikey. Do you remember the scene? Like, do less, do less. And it took me a few takes to be able to do. I didn't realise how over the top I was being, because I was in that comedy mindset. But for me, that's the only performance. I mean, I've done a bit of, nothing on your stand. I've done a little bit of acting work. but that is, in terms of my performing knowledge, comedy is my performance style. So it was, it was really weird.
You can't help it. You try to hunt the laugh.
Yeah.
You try to get, and you're like, come on, get a reaction.
I'm ready.
That's not what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
It's a totally different kind of discipline, really.
Yeah.
So when I did a course with a guy, and it's called Brian Reese, and that was life changing. He's just like, he's an acting coach, but what you do is you go in and you don't know what you're going to do that day, and he'll give you a script, and the names are just scratched off. It's all like really good, solid, award-winning material. It's just like player 1, player 2, player 1, player 2, and he'll pair you up with people, and then you have to learn it within 45 minutes.
Okay.
So you're completely off book, so you know it.
You know,
and then you're going to put it up in a mini theatre in front of the rest of the class. And you'll do the same scene as like another team of 2. So
and see how
they do it as opposed to you do it.
I love that. Yeah. So you'd be given no history on like the characters. You don't even know
if they're male, female, what they do, anything. It's just those are the lines. Do it.
Yeah, dead interesting. That's dead interesting.
And that changed everything for me. It really did. Like after that, I did that, and then I booked like a movie, and then I booked the Robert Rodriguez pilot.
Okay.
And that was also like a big game changer for me. I got like the main bad guy in the main opening.
Okay.
Of a Robert Rodriguez thing, and then did like the whole running chase and everything, which is be careful what you wish for, because dude, that nearly killed me, honestly.
Well,
a running chase is
stop you there.
You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. Because I want to hear that story, but we're just going to go for a quick break. We've actually got a sponsor for this. Do you know Lee Astle?
We went to different schools together.
Okay, well, it's his shop anyway. So we're going to go for a quick word from the sponsors now. Stick around because I want to hear this story, and we've got loads more to talk to Cokey about. Thanks very much. See you, bye. If you're into Pokemon, Warhammer, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dungeons and Dragons, or anything like that, get yourself down to Triple C in Syston, Leicester, where they can take care of all of your needs. They're also a CGC specialist, so if you find any comics or cards knocking around in your grand's attic, get them over there, get them graded, and you never know, you might be sat on a fortune. If you're listening to this podcast, you get 10% discount on all of the CGC products using code UnstableCGC10, and they'll give you 20% off all of the Warhammer products using discount code Unstable20. Thanks very much. Back to the pod. So welcome back to part 2. In the break there, we watched Cokey's showreel, and it was just like, I knew that you'd done some stuff, but not quite the extent that you'd done it. So we hope we don't get copyright violation.
Can I just say that I've watched nearly 4 of those movies, and I didn't even recognise that it was you when my brain wasn't registered. Mad, isn't it? I'm like, it's mad.
So hopefully we don't get copyright infringed. So we're going to put it in now with the magic of Mikey. We're going to put it in. There you go.
It's like an awkward Tinder date. Just give her money.
Lo and behold, people talk, money fucks.
You got something for me? We don't know who the fuck you are, brother. We got a call telling you where your shit is. That's it? Uh-huh. Don't blame me. I know where to find you.
Yeah, I guess you do.
You were told to leave, not chase around looking for money. You know we don't like surprises.
I don't love them much myself. So what's in there?
Everything you need to disappear forever.
We'll take you.
Where? Nearest tree. You two, you get in our way. Dead Indian's the best you're gonna get. Come to bets, boy. It's 3-1.
It is my hope that you suffer a long and painful death for the shit that you have put me through. Four-walled hellhole, that place. Oh, gentlemen, if you'll permit me a brief digression. You know, food is a passion of mine. This morning, I had banana pancakes. It had been so long since I had this. All that butter and syrup, and the bacon. Maple syrup on bacon, this is proof there is a God. And do you know why I tell you all this? Because you will know my pain and embarrassment. You will know the anguish of Rosarito.
Go see Barney, he's got something for you.
What?
Beth Davenport. 1 second.
What do I do with this?
You deliver it
Where?
wherever Mr. Grief says.
Thank you for this.
Oh, hey, you get a message to Mr. Grief if you're talking to him.
What message?
You tell him the subject's meant to make a Skype call at 9 p.m. tomorrow, and that's 4 p.m. our time.
Okay.
Okay.
But is that another case, Mr. Grief?
Yeah, it's a case.
Have you heard of azidicarbonamide? It's in bread. It's a chemical. I also use it in yoga mats. I'll get a tap water, thanks.
This is what we need, mate, a dose of this. I got the brakes and I'm not fucking using them. Zach, seriously, slow down. You're gonna kill us both there. Boredom is the killer.
How far away is Mars?
It's thousands of miles. Hundreds of thousands.
It's about 35 million at the moment.
And she saw what actually occurred at Horsell. She was there with your brother. The regiments at Weybridge have 12-pounders, old ones. And no shots fired, apparently.
The second one came down at Byfleet, and that's where most of these refugees are from the impact.
We need to send in some of the London batteries, some of the bigger guns.
It's better now, though. I mean, she's calmed down a lot, obviously. She's a good woman. She really is. She just holds on to stuff a tad too long, you know?
Who are you?
Hell, we're your liberators. From those federals who would have hung you from the neck until dead, as the warrant goes.
You work for my father. He killed all those people on that train just to get to me.
Man wants to see you again. Cheer up, Ethan. We're taking you home.
Slow breaths. Take your time.
I'm gonna cut your heart out. Good luck.
Take it all, men. Leave nothing behind.
Bold words from an old man armed with a book.
Turn her over. It's in.
So talented. So talented.
Mate, that was wicked. That is so cool. And like Mikey said beforehand, I've seen a load of them films and didn't even realise it was you. And I've been working with and alongside you for the last 3-4 years, and it's fucking incredible. Love it. I'm so impressed.
Thanks, bro.
So impressed. It's.
I don't know why. Sorry to interrupt, but I don't know why you do not go around floating that out. Because I was just about to say. I've done this. I've done that.
I was just about to say this because every fucker I speak to knows that I got a silver medal in Beijing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like everybody knows.
You don't shut up.
I don't shut up about it. It's my only good thing I've done.
That's why he's never told you that he's been in all these movies.
I know,
because you don't shut up about the fucking
I'm just
silver
blasting
medal.
my own news out there.
Just because I know those, or I've done those things, I can't ride a horse as well as you, mate. So
well, you know,
I can't make a horse dance.
Yeah, you probably could ride it better than me now. I've had a few years out of the saddle, mate. You're probably on more on point than me. But that, mate, that was great. But so obviously you're back in the UK now, and comedy is your main bread and butter type thing.
Yeah, it's between the two things. I mean, it's because like with that stuff, it's kind of feast or famine, really.
Yeah, yeah.
You either, you know, you go long periods of not doing anything. Also because my agent and manager only put me up for certain things now.
Of course.
So, you know, like it's been a year since I did something 3 weeks ago, but it was like a proof of concept for somebody.
Okay, yeah.
For a film. So, you know, it's like a day working and like a day rehearsing. That's it. But other than that, there's like, now I'm in this weird space where, like with the last big film, it went to #1 in the world, in the box office, and that's The Working Man. And
just
whether
casually,
you like it or not,
so
like
casually says it, amazing.
Like, oh, Statham movies, this and that, you know what I mean? Which is fair play. Some people don't like them.
It's irrelevant.
But you know,
you're
everyone
still up there.
bloody watches the thing.
Exactly.
And it did really well. So, and my name comes up in the beginning of that film.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, when you're on the comedy circuit where you hustle and you hustle and you hustle and you start off doing like middle spots and then you get to open.
Yeah.
And then when you like a named act on the bill, that's the first time you're like, oh, I'm actually named. And like, oh, I'm headlining now and people are coming to see me. It's kind of like you get to that level.
Yeah.
Which is, in one thing, it's great. But when you're only just getting there, well, now you're up against some really great
big boys. Well,
so it's kind of like, well, as good as it is, you're like, hey, I've made it.
Yeah.
Have you though?
I know exactly what you mean, because I'm just sort of getting to that stage myself now in comedy where I am closing nights. You know, more clubs and more promoters are asking me to close the nights, which is great. You know, I'm a headliner on nights, but then I'm up against some fucking amazing acts on
absolute belters that are killers.
And if I look at the list, I'm like, I'd book them over me as well.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. It's like, I was, you know, it's taken 10 years of trying to understand the comedy circuit in the UK, and it's so insular. Like you can do well down south, but can you close in the Midlands? Can you do up north? How will you do in Liverpool? And they're like, I don't know if you'll close that room. You know what I mean? And it's like that. And so they're like, well, come and let's see how you do as that. Yeah. And you can have a cracker one night and then just
total nosedive the next.
Absolute nosedive the next night. And they can be an hour apart. You could also, I've had somewhere, I opened one and was closing another one. And it was like, I opened for Jongleurs and then I closed for the Comedy Cafe, which is gone now.
Yeah.
And it was like, tore the roof off it. I was like, walked out going, this is amazing. Yeah, guy. And then I was like, hold my beer, watch this. Is this thing even on? Like, what is going on?
Mate.
I'm literally, that joke just killed. And it was 20 minutes down the road. What is going on?
I did exactly the same. This is probably 6-7 months ago. I opened for Anthony J. Brown. And then I went and closed in Leeds for Comedy Cabaret. And I tore the roof off it for AJB, like proper roof job, which, as you know, opening to roof it is fucking hard. And I had a belter. So I'm driving to the next I'm driving to the next gig. What I was going to say is with all the confidence of a small kid, like I'm the man. Got to this gig, mate, did I struggle. Man, they did not like me that night. And it's just
weird,
ridiculous.
It's
the
like
same jokes in the same order, in the same pauses.
With the mindset of, I'm on the jet stream of like, I just killed that, watch this. I'm still flying. And you're like, you haven't actually confronted the humans in the room. You haven't reset your brain. You're busy going, I'm on the back foot because I'm so funny. And you're not actually being funny. You're just going, hey. And it's like, that's such a big difference as an act. You know what I mean?
And I think going the opening, because opening's so much harder than middling or closing generally. I probably had a very different mindset going into opening that gig. Like, I've got to get all my time. I'm really thinking of my timing and my pauses and my facial expressions. And that shit probably went out the window. So it probably wasn't the audience's fault. It was probably all on me.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
And I'm man enough to accept that. Every now and again we have bad ones, but
that's the way it goes, man. That's
the
gig, isn't it?
But it's like you say, every time you take a step up, it's great in one respect because you've taken that step up, but then what comes with that is you're in amongst a pond full of sharks, man. That are great. You know, if I apply for a middle somewhere, without being arrogant, I'm quite confident that I'd get it because I get Ricky for a middle. Yeah, great. Opening is probably where I do most of my gigs at the minute, and then closing. Well, if I look at my diary, I'm probably closing 30 to 40% of the gigs I'm closing or comparing now. So I've taken a step up on the club circuit. Really great, really pleased. But, you know, I'm now having to book in advance so far to get the gigs. Otherwise, I'm competing against the likes of Scott Bennett, Brennan Reese, you know, Ninia Benjamin, all these killers, absolute killers. And then the fourth one is Ricky Balshaw. Like, I'd book them three over me and all. So I get it, man. It's tough, but no, it's really. I love how humble you are that you've done all this shit and you're still just you. Yeah, well, you have to be. And I think that's important. It was weird. I appreciate that, but like I said, I took the break from doing stand-up, and then I got hired to do a film. All of this, some people ask me like, "Oh, how do you get these gigs?" It's like I auditioned for them, bro. You got to beat people out that are like putting their A game up. So I think I've had like one where they just came to me directly. Everything else has just been you've got to audition for it. And sometimes you audition for one thing and they give you something else. And it sidesteps or whatever. You know, another part in the same film. But I got a part in a movie that's never come out. But it was a life changer for me. I was one of the leads. It's called Body High. And it's like about a strain of weed that makes girls super horny, right? And we shot it in Venice for a month. Low budget movie. But nearly everyone on that movie was a stand-up. Right. And they were all like at the Comedy Store at the time. And that's how I got to meet Rick Overton, who's an absolute killer. Like he's amazing. And he's in like the Groundhog Day. In Groundhog Day, when the guy that's drunk, that's driving the car, he's like, the one I shouldn't be driving. That's Rick Overton. No way. And like he's had all these, like he's back in the day, like Robin Williams and him would hang out. Like he's that level of stand-up. He's so funny. And like Lance and all these guys and Dustin David and they were all there. That's how I met Cole Parker. Cole Parker is an English guy who's now out there, but he played the bouncer going into a club and he like improv this stuff. And that's how we got like to know each other. And I'd never met him before. And it was just like, they were all like, bro, what are you doing? You need to come back and do stand-up. Yeah. And so then I started doing it again. Cool. And then within, I don't know, a couple of months, 6 months, I was regularly at the store. Cool. And like ended up hosting the Improv and like all these other things. Nice. But it takes a long time, like to get back into it. If you've taken your, if you don't do it for a month or two, you get that thing we used to call comedy rust, and it's just like you can tell on an act. It's just like it's creaky and clunky, and the bits, the timing's out, and everything's a bit. You take a 3-year break, you're starting from scratch almost. You know, I mean, if I have a Friday or a Saturday where I don't gig, I don't feel like a comedian anymore. Like it fucks me up the next night. It's so mad. If I have a Thursday or Friday off, one, it pisses me off because I'm thinking, why am I not working on the night I should be working? Who's got that gig instead of me? Maybe I should have applied for the middle. And two, I just think, fuck yeah, I'm not a comedian anymore. And I get the jitters if I have a day or a weekend off. Fucking mad how it can fry your head like that. Yeah. So 3 years. Takes a long time. How long do you reckon it took you to get back to where you were, realistically? Because after 6 months. Oh, that long? Yeah, because it was so tough to get solid stage time in LA. There's so many comics. Of course. And they only want to give you 5 minutes in the beginning. Yeah, it's so small. Like, dude, and they runs totally differently. Like there's no breaks. You're doing 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. And you got to be able to like go, okay, they're giving me 7 minutes as opposed to 5. Like what? How many punchlines can you fit in that? And then, you're a closer. Oh, cool, 12 minutes. Oh, to 12, 12, and then you're like, 12 minutes. It's crazy, dude. It's like when you do in the store and they say, we're going to have an early night tonight, guys. We're all doing 18s. Like, so we're saving 8 minutes. Great. Like, but you've got to do it to the minute there. It's mad. Crazy.
That's crazy, right? How it's so different in the States. So to here,
yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah,
it's like that in like those cities.
Yeah,
but once they're like touring, then like there'll be like the Improv on the road or something. It's like in a casino in Colorado or something, and then there's like a headline act, and he's going to do 35-40 minutes. They'll bring us support, and there might be an opener.
Then it's a proper tour,
but then it's kind of like that. But that's their club nights. There'll be like a local comic, MC, their support who's going to do like 15 minutes, and then they'll go and like sell merch afterwards, and then their headline act. So it's also sometimes, but most of the time, no break, 10 to 20 comics on. And then you turn around and put the same show up again.
You don't want to be comic 18 or 19 there, do you? Fuck that.
No, but I bet, like, as an audience member, that's a fucking good time.
It is.
It can be.
It's also tiring.
Yeah, I imagine,
like the model is you come in, you pay a ticket, and you got a 2-drink minimum.
Oh, wow.
So you've got to pay 2 drinks, whether you drink them or not, it's beside the point. So they've got your money.
Do you know what would really help us grow? Is if you could subscribe to the channel and like the videos. It'll cost you nothing, and it really helps the podcast to grow. Got it.
And they want you to drink. So it's like, there's some clubs where you see them, they're just hammered. And you're like, how difficult that is for a drunk audience. And you're like, well, and then they're also like super overpriced chicken wings and chips, They're like $30 for chicken wings and chips, plus tax, plus tip,
Yeah. There's that.
And the girls all, they're coming and they're trying to get a sign a card like in the row, and you're like, this is so disruptive.
Yeah, and you're only doing 5 minutes as well, and 3 of that's taken up by someone taking an order. It's a fucking nightmare. Going on about drunk people, I did a corporate 3, maybe 4 weeks ago, but I was the comedian that went on after a sportsman's dinner.
Great.
Yeah. And the sports person in question was a football player who'd got in trouble with the law once he retired and I think he did loads of years for cocaine smuggling or something. And half the room was really into it and lovely. The other half were fucking hammered, mate. And it was a fucking difficult 30 minutes to get through.
A thankless task sometimes.
Oh, mate, the guy who booked it, I've actually become quite good mates with him. He runs some other comedy nights, and he's asked me to gig for him since. And I've got some things in the diary, but he's got a disabled daughter. And he'd obviously seen my stuff, but then he showed his wife my stuff, and he texted me and he said, "Oh, do you mind not using the word spastic in your set?" I'm like, actually, I do mind not using the word spastic. I was like, it's part of my disability and I use it the correct way. So I have actually got a real problem with not saying that. So perhaps I'm not the right guy for this if you're so set on that. He went and had a word with his wife, explained it, and it was fine. But I remember making eye contact with her about halfway through my set, and she was not liking it, bless her. She was not enjoying it. But I spoke to her afterwards and explained about, I understand why she doesn't like the word, because her child, people are using it in a derogatory way, whereas I'm using it in the correct way it should be used. So, but anyway, I'm
triggers people sometimes.
It does.
Like sometimes you just never know what's going to trigger them. Like I remember doing this big festival in Cape Town, right? And there'd recently been a shark attack, and this kid had lost his life.
Right.
And so there was a Canadian comic, and he was going on about and we've all been taken to the beach, and then something bumped his leg, and it's his personal thing of, oh my God, and he'd read in the paper that there'd been this fatal shark attack. And from the balcony, and it's on the gala show, and from the balcony comes, "For God's sake, please stop." And he's just like, what? Like, what is going on? Who's heckling me? And it's like, please stop. And he's like, what? And this woman's in tears, and it was her son.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, and it was like she'd finally been coaxed to come out with their friends to come to a comedy show. And he's literally just going on about this. And anyway, so this guy who died, and I would have been out of there. Like, it's just like, oh my God, please stop.
No, can you imagine?
It's like the worst night of her life. And he's just like, I don't know what is happening right now.
Oh no, that is fucking tragic.
That's as bad as Stevie Gray's.
I was going to bring it up. We had Stevie Gray on. He be out this week, the public episode. And yeah, he had some gig stories that were very, very so. Have you had any gig really bad, embarrassing things that you've really misjudged?
I've had a few. I used to do a lot of those corporate things back
in
the day.
Corporates are hard, man.
Terrible. Golf days, terrible.
Oh, yeah, awful.
Just...
There's a reason we demand so much money.
In Manchester as well, like 6 months ago, must have been.
Okay.
And it was a tough day because I'd gone all the way to London in the morning for a callback, which I didn't get. And it was like, okay. And then I'd had to get all the way back up to Manchester for and it was like a private members club for like people that have money. And they'd seen me before. They really liked me, the guys. So I was like, okay, this should be great. You know, it's going to be challenging, but they'd been drinking from like 4. And it was like whiskey tasting, something else. And then at least 30% of that audience was on the sniff.
Of course, yeah.
And
which is the worst drug for comedy.
I was just, mate, it was like pulling teeth. And I was just like, you know, you come up running and you're like, okay, okay, now we're going to do some stories. I'm dying on my ass here, like just dying, and you're like, this was a bad idea.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, there's like 2 people come, you know, they didn't really like that, but I thought you were
you always get a couple, don't you? Yeah.
And then you kind of like, I'm going to stand here and have a drink and calm down. I got to get the hell out of here, or I'm going to get beaten up. Like, there's one guy just did not like me at all. And he was just like in my face at the bar, and I was like, I am going to die.
I love it.
I'm just like, hey, look, what's that over there?
Oh,
Eagle. I remember getting to the lift. I had to go up these stairs into the lift, and I was just like, please, just
open. Yeah.
There was another one. Do you know who Andy Kind is?
Yeah.
So I love Andy. He's amazing.
Yeah, great.
Christian comic, super nice.
I don't know him well.
He doesn't swear.
Yeah.
He's like,
he's very clean.
But he's brilliant.
Oh, fantastic!
And there's another guy called Wes Zarek who was like a prop comic.
I don't know him.
He's not really around anymore. He used to do like a lot of crazy props.
Okay. Sort of like Roger Swift crazy.
Yeah, that kind of a thing.
Okay,
it was like, you know, like just magic. It's just crazy stuff. Yeah. Anyway, and this agent that we all had at the time booked us for a truckers convention in Sunderland on a Sunday in the afternoon. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. Like, I can play a little bit blue.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't worry, there's a stage, there's lights, and there's a bar.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Yeah, cool.
It was not like that at all.
No.
It was on a race course.
Right.
In their, like, big clubhouse that was a triple volume room.
Okay.
So, like, already the room's too tall.
Like we need low roofs for comedy.
You need low roof, and you need them there.
Yeah.
There's like dance floor, and then the first row.
And then, what a disconnect.
The first row is kids in onesies, and they've just like gone to the shower block and then brought their kids to the comedy show.
Of course.
And I'm like, what is happening? And then like a couple of truckers, and they were the ones like after the whole convention, they're the ones that have stayed for the very end.
Right.
There's like 15 people plus staff. And we were all like, we're not going to do this. And so we like call the agent. He's like, no, you have to go on. So Andy's like, bro, I don't know about this. And I'm like, if Andy's can't play this, I don't know how I'm going to play this. And so I had my.
Were you comparing or you're an act?
No, I'm an act. Andy was, and I was like, can we switch?
I was going to say, yeah.
Like, oh, come on. So Wes goes on and like does this weird stuff, which he kind of gets away with.
Okay.
And I'm like, maybe this could work.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't think it is. So I put my bag right by the door.
So, yeah.
And I'll never forget. Like I got 4 or 5 minutes in, I start getting heckled. And I'm like, oh no. And then they're like, tell us a joke. And I'm like, oh God, no.
Yeah. When's the comedy starting?
And it gets worse and worse. And eventually I'm just like, well, what jokes do you want? And then the kids are like telling me weird racist. I'm like, oh no, this is getting even weirder. So I was just like, I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out. That's it. And it was at like 8 minutes, and I'm already tapping out.
Right. Okay.
And I was like supposed to do 25, and I'm like I am done, bro. So and I had like the mic wasn't like on a cable. I was like, and. Thank you, I'm done. And dropped the mic, walked, got to the door, picked up my bag, and then they started coming, and I was like, oh no. And the woman's like, wait, get back here. And I was like, got to my car, started the car, and just drove. Like, I remember looking in the rearview mirror, and all these like people,
like a zombie film,
piling out of the doors. And I'm just like, and I'm like trying to get the thing, and I'm just like almost in tears, just and I'm just trying to hit home on the sat nav, and it's like, you have no signal. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die in Sunderland. This is the worst day of my life.
Just head south. Just head south.
And it's like 4 hours to get there, and you're just like, I know I'm never going to get that money.
Yeah.
You're never going to get that money.
Oh,
I remember pulling into services, calling my wife, like, they hated me. Just so bad. The worst thing was Andy, as I'd done, he saw me die and he went, and he just left. He'd already left.
Mate, there's nothing worse than your mate being there when you've died.
He was like, I'm out.
There's nothing worse.
I'm out because I know you're going to run for it.
Yeah, there's nothing fucking worse.
So it's one of the worst gigs of my life.
There's nothing worse, but then also there's nothing better than having your mate there, because they can revel with you in the shit. Do you know what I mean? I've turned down a couple of gigs recently. I was asked to go on a stag do and be with them on a stag do and just sort of rip them all night. And I thought, there's just no way I'm fucking doing that. And then I've turned down a wedding as well. I mean, you've seen my material, mate. Like, I know where my fucking niche is. I know I'm not the everyman comedian. There was no way I was going to do a wedding, because I would ruin that wedding. I just would.
I kind of want to watch that show now.
Yeah, I've ruined
I would pay $20 to watch you ruin that wedding.
Do you know about the christening that I ruined?
No.
Oh, fuck. So I'll quickly tell this before we have to go. So I just started comedy. I'd been going 3, maybe 4 months, and my mate was having his kid christened. So all the family and that are there in this in this like hall, and my mate comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, do you want to go and do a set?" I was like, "Absolutely not." Like, no, I don't want to. Like, no, it's your kid's christening. I don't want to do it. And I don't know if you saw me very, very early days, but obviously when you're that new, you've only got your 10 minutes. Yeah. And part of that was getting the audience to shout, "You spack bastard," at me. So I'd said no to this, and I watched as my mate Stubbs walked towards the DJ, and he looked at me and he just winked. I'm like, oh no. And then the DJ announces to me, and you can't back down at that point, can you?
I've heard that happen to me.
I've got to get on stage. And I did it, and I did the "You spack bastard" bit, and I looked up, and poor Soph, who's my mate's wife, she was like, "Get on the stage." So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go. And I scarpered out of that christening. Absolutely did one. It was horrific. Cokey, there is so much more that I want to talk to you about, mate, but we're running out of time. Are you happy to stick around and do a bit more for the Patreon?
Yeah, man.
Fantastic. Do me a favour, look into this camera here and tell all of the fans where they can find you on the socials and stuff like that.
Hey, you can find me at Cokey Falkow, CokeyFalkow on Instagram. Give us a follow, and mostly do stuff on the stories, let you know what's happening and where you can find me. That's pretty much it, really. There's a Facebook page, but I'm going to start posting more on it because I've been told I have to.
You should.
But that's. I think there's a TikTok.
Okay.
There will be one soon. Trust me, there'll be one soon.
Cool.
That's the Insta.
Between recording this and putting it out, we'll find them all and we'll put it all in the description for you.
Professional, I know.
Yeah, we'll do that. Cokey, really appreciate you coming, man. Thank you ever so much. Really appreciate it. Guys, if you've made it this far, thank you very much. Really, really appreciate you staying and watching. Do me a favour, we're going to Patreon now. It's patreon.com/Ricky's Unstable. It's still just £1 a month for the first 1,000 members, and that's for the lifetime of your membership, so you'll never pay any more than that, and it's just £1 a month. That money goes back into the podcast so we can keep bringing you bigger and better things. We've got loads of plans, as you know, so please go across and do that. I understand times are hard, so if you haven't got the funds to be able to do that, please support the page just by liking it, subscribing to the channel, liking any of the content, because that really does help us grow. As I say, we're going to go over to Patreon now, patreon.com/Ricky's Unstable. Tell your mum, tell your nan, tell your sister, and I will see all you stickheads next week. Bye bye.
Say bye.
Bye.